Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What's really happening right now in the NFL's NFC South? There's a lot of buzz, a lot of rumors swirling, but one thing is clear. The Atlanta Falcons are at the heart of a strategic move that could reshape their defensive line, and consequently, their entire season. We've seen some whispers about potential trades, and one of the most talked about rumors involves Miami Dolphins, star pass rusher Jalen Phillips. Yes, you heard it right. The Dolphins, currently sitting at 1-6 and struggling with their pass rush, are reportedly considering trading Phillips to the Falcons. And believe me, this is a move that could have massive implications, not just for the Falcons, but for the entire NFC South and playoff picture. So let's unpack this. The Dolphins, under head coach Mike McDaniel, are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially after some recent setbacks. They've got a cap space of around $20 million, but they're prioritizing their offensive line, especially after the recent concussion issues with Tua Tagovailoa, who's missed 4 games already this season. Miami is clearly trying to rebuild and retool, focusing on protecting their quarterback and improving their run defense, which has been leaky, to say the least. They're ranked 29th in the league in sacks per game, with just 19 sacks, and their pass rush has been underwhelming, especially when you look at the league leaders. Now, why would Miami consider trading Phillips, a player with such high potential? Well, the main reason is cap management. They're sitting on a $20 million cap space, and with the trade deadline approaching on November 4th, they're looking to free up some money to make other moves. One of those moves involves freeing up around $16 million in cap space, which they intend to use to bolster their wide receiver core or address other needs. Phillips, who was the 18th overall pick in 2021, has shown flashes of all-pro potential. Over his career, he's accumulated 38 sacks, 82 pressures, and has a pass rush grade of 88, one from PFF. This season, he's posted 7 sacks, 19 quarterback hits, and a win rate of 22%. Those are impressive numbers, especially considering his age and the fact that he's been hampered by injuries, including a knee injury in Week 5 that caused him to miss a game, but he's already returned strong with a PFF grade of 89, one against the Patriots. The Falcons, meanwhile, see this as a golden opportunity. With the addition of Phillips, they're aiming to double their pressure on opposing quarterbacks, especially with Lorenzo Carter already contributing with 4 sacks this season. Adding a player like Phillips, who has the potential to reach 14 or more sacks in a rotation, could elevate their pass rush significantly. Their current sack ranking is 24th, with 2 sacks per game, but with Phillips and Carter teaming up, they could transform that unit into one of the league's most formidable. This would also complement their existing pass rushers like Judon, who has been graded at 85. 4 by PFF, and could turn their front into an elite force capable of disrupting even the most mobile quarterbacks, such as Tampa Bay's Baker Mayfield or other divisional opponents. Now, let's talk about Phillips himself. Coming out of the 2021 draft, he's been viewed as a player with top-tier potential. His stats this season are promising. 7 sacks already, which puts him on pace for a 14-plus sack season if he maintains that level of production. His pressures and QB hits indicate a player who can consistently beat blockers and create chaos in opposing backfields. His technique is comparable to some of the best external edge rushers in the league, like Bosa, and he's shown the ability to get to the quarterback with great consistency. Injuries have been a minor setback. He suffered a knee injury in Week 5 that caused him to miss a game, but he's already returned to action, earning a PFF grade of 89, one in his most recent game. If he stays healthy, projections suggest he could reach 14 or more sacks, with an average of 9.5 sacks per year over his career, plus an average of 2.7 QB hits per game. That kind of production would make him a top-tier edge rusher and a true game-changer for the Falcons' defense. The Dolphins, on the other hand, are looking to rebuild their roster with a focus on youth and cap flexibility. They're also trying to extend players like Waddle, and their defense ranks poorly, 30th in EPA allowed per run, with 156 yards per game on the ground. Their pass rush is underperforming, and their defense overall is struggling to contain the opposition. By trading Phillips, they're trying to free up funds and draft capital to build a more balanced team, especially considering their offensive line ranks 25th and allows around 3.2 sacks per game. McDaniel's approach is clear. Prioritize youth, improve their front line, and rebuild with an eye toward the future, even if that means parting ways with a talented player like Phillips. They're also relatively skeptical about investing heavily in an edge rusher at the moment, especially one who's 25 years old and not yet established as a franchise player, with odds of over 16-0 to win the Super Bowl this season. For the Falcons, this potential trade isn't just about plugging a hole. It's about transforming their entire pass rush strategy. Adding Phillips alongside Lorenzo Carter and Judon, they could create a front that averages 3.8 sacks per game, significantly increasing their pressure and forcing turnovers. Their recent performances have shown some bright spots, especially in their ability to generate external pressure and force turnovers, which is crucial in close games. They've also been able to improve their efficiency in stopping the run, holding divisional opponents like the Saints and the Bucs to manageable yards and limiting their big plays on the ground. The addition of Phillips could help them reach an elite level, especially since their defense is already ranked 24th in sacks, but has the potential to be much better. The impact on their divisional rivalries could be huge. In the NFC South, where sacks and pressure often decide games, a player like Phillips could be the difference maker in tight situations, especially late in games. The Falcons' defense could see a turnaround, boosting their chances of reaching the playoffs and making a deep run. Their projection of a 9-8 record and a playoff surge isn't just wishful thinking, it's rooted in the potential for defensive improvements. They're aiming to turn their season around, and this move could give them the boost they need to compete with the best. Now, let's not forget the odds surrounding Phillips' impact. Bookmakers have seen the odds for his performance in the playoffs skyrocket, from over 10-0 to around 3-800, reflecting the increased confidence in his ability to be a game-changing player down the stretch. His clutch moments, similar to how Mac played for the Chargers in 2023 against the Panthers in a rain-soaked game, could be pivotal for the Falcons' playoff push. If he joins Atlanta, he could become a key factor in their postseason success, especially in close games where pressure and sacks often decide the outcome. And the final vision here is pretty exciting. Phillips, with his talent and potential, could forge the Atlanta Falcons' defensive line into an unstoppable force, leading them toward a new era of dominance. This defense, revitalized and aggressive, could become one of the league's most feared units, helping the Falcons reach heights they haven't seen in recent years. With the right pieces in place, adding Phillips, improving their secondary, and refining their overall game plan, the Falcons could be on the verge of a significant turnaround. The NFC South is already a competitive division, but with this kind of upgrade on defense, the Falcons could become not just contenders but serious contenders for a Super Bowl appearance. So, Falcons fans, what do you think? Is this trade the move that could propel your team into the elite tier of the NFL? Will Phillips be the X factor that makes all the difference? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing your team dominate the trenches and make a real statement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons' future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more of what you love, Atlanta Falcons news. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep pushing forward together.